show's on.
What did I say about yelling?
Oh, no yelling. I was just projecting. Extra good. President's Day, and it's President's Day! Yay! Woo! Welcome to the Weekly News! Yay! Happy President's Day, everybody! Yes! I am the always patriotic Eliza Schlesinger. With me, as always, is my silent cohort, Alexis, silent archer. She is silent because she's had her vocal privileges revoked for being stupid and fat. With me, as always, is super producer. You can't say anything about it, Pussycat. And he's in black and white. Everything's all jacked up today. For those of you at home, we are running simultaneous feeds. So I suggest you find a bit rate that works for you, or don't watch.
That was my job. I said it before the show started.
Where do you think I got the term?
I have a purpose. Oh yeah, you said bit rate.
I did say bit rate. Or you can stop watching us using America Online and stop using Adele. Is America Online even a company anymore?
I think they're still in the flailing stages of existence.
Really?
You've got mail.
You've got mail.
At least they still have that going for them.
Yeah.
That's still like a jingle I remember.
Today is President's Day. That's my President's Day pose, and Alexis can't talk. So everyone needs to know now that she is un-American. She's not celebrating with President's Day. She also hates America, which you should all know because she secretly hates it. Yes. It's very funny. Oh, I love it when we plan bits. And Alexis also wants you to know that she thinks most of the southwestern portion of the United States should be under Sharia law. It's terrible. Great. This is great. All right. Now you can talk. Let's do it. Now you talk. No?
Meow.
Is it because I called you fat?
It's because you called me fat. It'll silence me.
America Online is still around?
Totally.
Why does anyone... So what is it? It's not a search engine. What is it? It used to be the only way to get the internet.
Yeah, I think it's just the place that you store your internet mail.
So it's like a Gmail. I don't even
Yeah.
use... When I was in middle school and it came out, remember the disc would come to your house? My friend Courtney Connolly had it. We would go on and find chat rooms and just go in and be assholes to everyone. Like, boobs, vagina, penis, and then log out. Didn't mean to disrupt people looking for love.
So were you, what, like a 13-year-old boy at this time?
Yeah, or you just go in and be like, oh, I'm a homeless... I don't even know what we'd say. I don't even think. Whatever. Does that everyone use Google? Like, no one's using, like, Lycos to go fetch things, right?
Oh yeah, go get them, Lycos.
Yeah.
I just taught this class of young people, and I was like, what do young people use these days? About 90% of them were using Gmail, and some of them still used Yahoo. And
no,
then,
but for searching is Google. Like, no one doesn't use Google.
Some of them still used Yahoo.
Fine, Yahoo, but like no one, I promise you, dear BlackBerry, dear RIM, no one's using Bing. So get it off my phone.
Some people in the chat room just said Bing.
No one uses Bing. That's a joke. It's like forced on you. And you're like, I'm looking for Bob's Chinese food. They're like, did you mean Sasquatch? And you're like, yeah, that's totally what I typed in. I'm glad that this worked.
Life Juice says, I love Alta Vista.
No, you're lying.
Ask Jeeves, anyone?
Oh.
Ask Jeeves?
Oh,
was
the
a long time
butler.
ago.
Would you like shitty service? All right, well, today is President's Day. And in honor of that, I'm going to get out of my chair and show you something. Where's the camera?
Oh. Ooh, exciting.
Where's the camera? Is
This
it
was
this?
not planned. We did. I don't think we planned
Where's
on
the
this.
camera?
this
Where
is
is it
great.
here?
The prompter. You know the prompter you
Just
read?
watching you look for the camera is maybe the best bit ever.
Am I stuck in the camera? Can you see? Genevieve did red, white, and blue eyeshadow.
Ooh.
you see it?
Good thing we planned this.
Is the whites of your eyes?
Do you see it?
Hold on, maybe
too
this
close.
makes more sense. Hold on.
No,
Maybe that.
no, it's too close.
Oh God, it's too much lighting. Too much.
Much better.
They
Oh,
can
and
see too
I've got
much.
the blue pants. All right.
Hold on 1 second. I think if I go and then hit and then go and then.
No, I don't want to be that close. What? No, it's enough. It's enough. No one will ever understand the intricacies of eye makeup unless you're right next to me,
All right.
which there's a reason you're not. Anyways, it's red, white, and blue, and we did red, and I had an eagle button, but it poked me in the boob, so I stopped wearing it. Let's get to the hard-hitting facts that hold you after. Wait, before that, before we do Dateline, we
Wow, I
have...
just totally got Dateline blue balls again. I was like,
You mean red, white, and blue balls? Boom!
Patriotic blue balls.
Speaking of balls, I was recently asked to attend the Golden Collar Awards, which is the Oscars for dogs. They recognize them for TV and film. And I did stand-up, which is where I was last Monday, to open up the thing, the whole thing. You can go to Dog Daily News and find my stand-up because they tape the entire show, and I'm at the beginning of it. Here's a picture of me from the award show with Blanche. So that's us on the red carpet.
Oh, you look good.
I do, thank you. And the problem with this is that this is the only picture from the event that I took. There are no pictures of me from this event. There's no mention of me from this event. So it looks like I kind of lied. I think it's weird. There's like no, if you can, I challenge you out there in our chat room to find a picture of me at the Golden Collar Awards with Blanche. Impossible. It's like I'm being erased.
The only DJ Top Cat says Blanche VIP. Was Blanche the big VIP of the event?
No, but because she was so pretty and wearing a matching bow, like all these women were taking pictures of her. And I saw the dog from Modern Family and the dog from The Artist. Blanche was by far not as talented as those dogs, like she can't do weird tricks, but she was the most naturally exquisite. She's like a model. She doesn't have to talk.
Dateline!
Oops, Dateline. President's Day. Yes, folks, it is that time of year when we think back on all George Washington contributed to this great country and celebrate. Some call it Washington's birthday, others call it President's Day, but most women just call it the biggest denim event of the season. Yes, what better way to celebrate the greatness of our nation than by feeding the beast of inflation and debt that's slowly eating it alive. Ooh, 20% off a flat screen. Get one. Your bills can wait. Oh, you can't see because there's my face. I just get so grossed out. It's the half annual sale, it's the yearly sale, it's the President's Day sale, it's the Black Friday. It's enough. It's awful. It's just an excuse for Americans to go and hoard things that they think they need. So no one needs.
Also, it makes me feel bad to know that there's never a reason to pay what they charge for things.
Oh,
you know
ever.
what I mean?
And that's why you have this sale, because George Washington said I can't tell a lie. So they don't want to lie and overcharge you. I read something that some people eat cherries on President's Day because George Washington, and he cut down the cherry tree. There's a whole story, so they do that. I don't think anybody does anything on President's Day except for maybe some people in Washington, D.C. if there's a parade or something. Most people just have days off of their shitty jobs. So.
You know what's funny? As far as like presidents go and what they did, I always think any action was done by Lincoln. Like the cherry tree, I was like, oh, Lincoln for sure.
Really? You thought no?
I don't know. He just takes all the glory for me. He's just such a great president.
Incidentally, Washington's birthday, federal holiday. Lincoln's not a federal holiday.
Huh.
There goes your great president.
I know.
Stovepipe.
Ended slavery. Whatever.
Dateline! Okay, so Knorr home-style stock. Have you seen these commercials? Here's the commercial.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you why it bothers me.
I cook for people with the most discerning tastes. It's high pressure. In my kitchen, the heart of a great dish is a great tasting stock. New Knorr home-style stock tastes like stock made from scratch. It's concentrated, and like a good stock, has just the right ingredients.
And like a good neighbor,
to perfection.
Stock Farm is there.
The food critics are still pretty tough, though.
All right, it's enough. His ugly kids. It's great. First of all, stock is gross, and it's not even like a bouillabaisse cube. It's like this gelatinous thing. Chefs don't use that. They make their own. That chicken looks gross. Second of all, this man is very unattractive. I'll just read what I wrote. This commercial comes on all the time. I have two issues of it. One, the chef, Marco Pierre, is so unattractive, and the stock is condensed and gross, and his hair creeps me out, and he looks like Tommy Wiseau from The Room. Two,
It's
Totally.
So creepy.
it's so creepy, right?
Totally.
You're gonna be on a natural commercial selling food. Put that shit up in a net. All right,
Yeah.
I'm allowed to have this down because it was expensive and because I'm not dealing with food except for my cup of juice. It's really juice. And that's why they don't really pan to him much. Oh, make a stock. Tommy White, don't they look alike? That I figured
Yeah,
I made that.
absolutely.
Tyler Durden is so creepy, and that guy. I mean, if people don't know what The Room is, it's essentially one of the worst movies ever. And
But-
that creepy guy paid for like all this money. They spent like 5 times as much money on the billboard of his face on like Hollywood Boulevard than they spent on the movie. It's a really creepy movie. Guy's kind of a burned victim in way too many fully nude sex scenes. Ooh.
Fully nude. With
Also, when I first moved here, there's been a billboard of his face for like 6 years.
And it's that picture of him
and
like
it's that
nauseous
picture.
over a toilet bowl. Like,
Yeah.
"This is my movie."
I always thought he was an acting coach because I was like, no film has been out for this long. Like, and he just kind of like looks like you've never seen him, but he might be important.
It's kind of like,
It's kind of disappointing
because he's
to find out
so
it's a
unattractive,
movie.
you're like, you must be important on some scale, otherwise
Yeah.
you'd
Why
be
do you have a
put
billboard?
back in the bell tower. Okay, first of all, that movie, if you watch the credits at the end, it's like written by Tommy Wiseau, directed by Tommy Wiseau, sound by Tommy Wiseau, catering Tommy Wiseau.
Yeah.
Like it's all him. All right, enough with the guy in the face. I mean,
Wait, I do have to say from the chat room, Tricinogen says, as attractive people, we have to remember to be nicer to ugly people. Which
It's
I just
not
think is
that.
a really funny thing to say.
it's not even like, oh, I'm so hot. It's just like, it's not, it's that, it's, and also the name Nor. Nor sounds like a galactic war. I am Nor, king of the riboflavins. Nah, pew, 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 pew. Nor. It's obviously not American. Not to be confused with Queen Nor. Totally different spelling. Similar pronunciation. Dateline!
I need more arm up.
I know.
You're really faking me out. I need that. 8-line. Oh, you didn't? No, I just did it alone.
Dateline.
I didn't say it. Dateline! Abortion! I'm gonna
Totally
sound off
worth
on
it.
this for a second. Bunch of old white guys talking about women's bodies. Rick Santorum said that if insurance companies are required to pay for prenatal testing, then it will result in more abortions. Why is that a bad thing? Look, if your kid's gonna be born with a degenerative brain disease and muscular issues and spend their formative years chained to a wall in a basement not even knowing if they're gonna make it to 25 picture, then you should have the option in the first trimester to spare them that, right? Okay, so abortion is illegal and you have the kid. Now who's gonna give you money when your insurance company won't cover your kid and it costs $100,000 a year in hospital bills? What is, oh my God, I need glasses. Oh, what if you get raped by a crazy person? Woman's supposed to keep that kid? Men don't even like it when women complain in general. You want to put us through 9 months of that and see how pleasant we are? See how happy your household is when your wife is carrying a baby of someone that raped her and the baby's all weird. P.S. The wealthy will always find ways to get abortions. So really, by not giving the poor, and I'm calling it the poor, we can call it the proletariat, whatever, by not giving them access to abortions, you're just making them poorer and there's more of them.
And they have to rely on government money because they'll sign up for welfare.
Yeah, I'm sorry, this gets me fired up because I get so emotional on the topic of abortion. That was my tribute to it.
That was it? That was how you addressed this horrible loss?
If we could just keep that picture, that Goonies picture up real quick, if you wouldn't mind throwing it up there.
What are you gonna show?
Hey, you guys!
Hey, you guys!
Hey, you guys!
That's what your kid's gonna look like if, look, there are special people in this world that adopt children with special needs, that have children with special needs, but I don't want some dude, get your hands off my vagina, okay? And by the way, I would love to see anybody in office. I'd love it if your daughter got raped by a crazy person, how much you'd want her to keep that baby. I doubt it. The rich always can have whatever they want, so it's not fair that we subject the poor to this.
Yeah, the other thing is the only reason why those laws exist about whether or not you should have an abortion or whether or not insurance should cover any kind of birth control is because the church is mingling in the state's business. And the whole
Separation.
thing is that we're supposed to have church and state separate. I think that if I need to take a medication every month to
You
make
do.
sure that I
your
don't get
craziness.
pregnant, then you should pay that. Or some of it, at least. It's expensive.
I don't think churches
So I
should
hear.
be. Look, health insurance is not your church, and there should be the option that they offer it. I can work for a church and not be Catholic. There were plenty of like black guys that worked at my synagogue and they weren't Jewish. Just because you work there, I think it's ridiculous. It gets me fired up. And just in general, abortion should be legal, and they are. And if they aren't, I'm going to find a way to get one when I need one.
Obnoxious XB makes a really good point and says, church and state separate, take God off your money then. That's a good point.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, it's a good start, at least.
It's a good start. Look, this country was founded on freedom of religion, and And, you know, people came over because they wanted to practice Christianity freely, and subsequently people can have their own religions and practice them as they please. So that's it. You get freedom of religion, but the government is not a religious institution. So the government should be able to offer you health care, and if your company is an extension of the government because they pay taxes, and the whole thing, it's just ridiculous. If you don't want people to have abortions, then you need to keep them on the compound.
Also, another interesting point, Rick from Jersey City says, just use the Plan B pill. They're sold in vending machines now on campuses. Did you hear about that?
That is a little irresponsible. I hope that kids know that this isn't something I made a mistake. We don't have to talk about this anymore, but abortion gets me fired up. And especially when it's mostly white old men talking about it, because we know it's not about women's health, it's really a whole political thing, and nobody really gives a shit about women. That's why only 12 people watch the show. Dateline! I discovered, what are you gonna write to me? Is our show being pulled from the lineup? I discovered that I can sing any song, any ballad, like big ballad, in perfect pitch, but in a hamster voice. So if anybody wants to make a suggestion of a real, like a Kelly Clarkson song or something like that, when we come back from the break, I will sing it in a hamster voice. So when we come back, Nerd News, who should be shot? We're not gonna talk about abortion anymore. I need this annual pub of the week. I get so emotional.